Hello guys, good day and welcome back to my channel. um as you can see in today's tutorial, we'll be making this very fast and simple baby booty. It's basically for beginners because it is very fast to make and it is less technical. So if you're a beginner, this can serve as your first few projects. Is very quick to make. So without wasting much of your time, let's get right into the materials we'll be needing for this beauty. So the materials we'll be needing are quite few. Our main material is this. This is actually um the major brand I use here. It's actually one of the most popular yarn we have in Nigeria. So I'll be using this brand Yeye. It's 100% acrylic and it is 40 grams. And this project we're making doesn't consume yarn at all because we'll be working with just a strand. As you can see, that is quite thin. So I'll be working with just a single strand. So it doesn't consume yarn at all. Like, it's a very quick project. If you have scrap yarn, you can actually use it to make this. So I'll be using this, and I'll be using a single strand, like I said. In a ball like this, you can make about three pairs. I mean pairs, and it depends on the size you are making. So I'll be using this. The hook size I'll be using is size 2.0 hook. I will be using for this. We'll be needing tapestry needle to weave in our hands and to do some sewing. We'll be needing stitch marker. I strongly suggest this for beginners. You really need this. So I'll be using this as well. I'll be using a pair of scissors for cutting, and I'll be using this ribbon. It's about 1 centimeter thick. So I'll be using this to decorate my booty, as you can see. So I think that's all the materials we'll be needing in making this beauty. So let us jump right into the tutorial. And yes, we'll be needing tape measure. I forgot to mention this. We'll be needing tape rule. So we'll be using this to take some measurements. So before we kickstart, we need to put some things in place. For the size we are making for size 0 to 3 months. This for 3 to 6 months, and we have 6 to 12 months. So for my own size chart, I'll be leaving it on the screen. For 0 to 3 months, it's about 9 centimeters. 3 to 6 months is 10 centimeters, just 1 centimeter difference. 6 to 9 months is 11 centimeters, while 9 to 12 months is 12 centimeters. So like I said, I will be leaving the size chart on the screen so that you can understand what I'm trying to say. So whatever the size you're making, the length of the foot, you are going to double it. So like I said, I'm making for 3 to 6 months, which is 10 centimeters. So my foundation chain will be 2 times 10 will be 20. So my foundation chain will be 20 centimeters long. I hope I'm clear enough with that. If you're making for 0 to 3 months, which is 9 centimeters for the foot measurement, so you're going to be multiplying 9 centimeters times 2. So 9 centimeters times 2 will give you 18. So after getting the double of our size, you are going to add 2 to it, 2 centimeters to it. So if you are doing for 0 to 3 months, which is 9 centimeters, so 9 times 2 is 18. So you are going to add 2 centimeters to it. That means you'll be making a chain that is 20 centimeters long. So for the size I'm making is 0 to 6 months or 3 to 6 months. So, and the length is 10 centimeters. That's the foot length. So 10 times 2 is 20. So I'm going to add 2 centimeters to that. That will be 22. I hope that is clear enough. So if you are doing for any size, you're just going to do the same calculation like that. Times 2 of the foot measurement, then you add 2 centimeters to it. Then we are good. So I'm going to grab my yarn and make a slip knot. I'll just wrap my yarn around my finger like this. Bring out my finger and I'll put this in and make a knot. So I have my slip knot made. So I'll go ahead and make a chain. Like I said, as for me, I'll be needing a chain that is 22 centimeters long due to my calculation. So yours might be 20, yours might be 24, yours might be 26. So that depends on the size you're making. So we'll start making our chain. I'll yarn over. I'll put through that loop. This is for the beginners. So in case this is your first project, yarn over, I'll put through. Yarn over, put through. That's 3. Yarn over, put through. That's 4. Yarn over, put through. That's 5. So I'll go ahead and complete this until I have 22 centimeters long. I will come back and tell you the number of chains I made. So I went ahead and chained 54. So I have 54 chains in total here. So I'm going to be taking the measurement. So from here, from the top, so as you can see, is measuring 22 centimeters. So you go ahead. Our foundation chain might be different because of the size we are making or the type of yarn you are using or your tension. So it might not be up to 54 like mine, and it might be more than 54. So I hope that is clear. So we are going in with half double crochet. So from the fourth chain from the hook, I'll count from here 1, 2, 3, and I'll go into the fourth. This is not a chain. This is not a chain. We are not counting this. We are starting our counting from here. So 1, 2, 3. Then we go into the fourth one, which is here 4. I'll yarn over. I'll go right inside. Pull out the loop. I have 3 loops on my hook. I'll yarn over and put through all 3. So that's our first double crochet. But mind you, this right here, this chain 3 that we skipped is counting as our first stitch. So this is a stitch. So this first half double crochet we made is our second stitch. So whenever we are working and we work back here, we're going to be working a stitch on this chain 3. So this chain 3 is counting as a stitch. So I'll yarn over again. I'll go into the next stitch, which is this. I'll make a half double crochet like so. I'll yarn over. I'll go into the next, pull out the loop, and make another half double crochet. So I'll go ahead and repeat this all the way until I come to the end of my chain. So I went ahead and complete my half double crochet. So in total, including my chain 3 here at the beginning, in total we have 52 half double crochet. I'm counting the chain 3. So I have 52 half double crochet. So for the next few rounds, I'll yarn over. It's going to be a repetition. I'll turn and right into the very first stitch, which is this. I'll yarn over. We go right there and work a half double crochet. I'll yarn over. I'll go right inside, work a half double crochet. I'll yarn over, go inside, work a half double crochet. So I'll go right ahead and repeat this until I get to the end of my round. So, and remember to work your last stitch on the chain 3. So when I'm done, I'll come back and show you the next thing to do. So I completed my second round. As you can see, I worked my last half double crochet on my chain 3. So I'll chain 1 and turn. So it's just going to be a repetition now, repetition of what we did earlier. 1 half double crochet inside each and every of our stitches. So if you are doing for size 0 to 3 months, you will continue repeating this until you have 5 centimeters height. As you can see, what we have here is about 1 centimeter. So you will continue until you have 5 centimeters. As for me, I'm doing 3 to 6 months. Mine will be 5.5 centimeters. So if you are doing for 0 to 3 months, that's 5 centimeters. 3 to 6 months, that's 5.5 centimeters. So 6 to 9 months or 6 to 12 months will be 6 centimeters height. So I'll go ahead and repeat this. When I have my 5.5 centimeters height, I'll come back and show you the next thing to do. So whatever size you are doing, make sure you do the required measurements. So when I'm done with mine, I'll come back and show you the next thing to do. So one more thing for beginners, when you chain 1 and turn and you work your very first half double crochet, I'll suggest you mark your stitch so that you can know where to work your last stitch. So as you can see, I have it marked. So when I work, you are supposed to mark this so that when you get here, you know where to work. This is now our last stitch. Our last stitch is here at the back here. So that's why I strongly suggest this for beginners. So when you work your stitch up to this place and you turn and you start working all the way, you will know that your last stitch, you are supposed to work your last stitch right here. So as beginners, don't forget to put that into consideration. So go ahead and work yours. So I have my 5.5 centimeters done, and right here, as you can see from the top here, you can see I have 5.5 centimeters right there. 5.5 centimeters. So in total, I did 10 rows in total for me to have 5.5. So if you are doing for 0 to 3 months, you might need to just do 9 rounds or 9 rows, but then determines the kind of yarn and your tension. So for the next round, so I chained 1 already, so we are going to turn and I'm going to work 18 single crochet. Right now we are not doing half double crochet, we are working single crochet. So to work a single crochet, I'll go right into my stitch, pull out the loop. I have 2 loops. I'll yarn over and put through the 2. So I just worked my first single crochet. So I'll go ahead and repeat this until I have 18 single crochets in total. So when I'm done with my 18 single crochets, I'll come and show you the next thing to do. So actually this round might be different from yours because of the foundation chain. So right now in this middle, we'll be working some decrease. So we'll be working single crochet 2 together, and to do that, I'll go right into my next stitch right here. I'll pull out the loop. I'll go into the next stitch. I'll pull out the loop. I have 3. I'll yarn over and put through all. That's my first decrease. I'll repeat that one more time. I'll go right inside, pull out the loop. I'll go inside, pull out the loop. I have 3 loops, yarn over and put through the 3. That's the second. So I'll go ahead and repeat this until I have 8 of this in total. So you might need to do the calculation yourself. The number of your foundation chain, just go ahead and divide that into 3 and you separate that. So I'm going to be, so if you have 60, you might need to divide that. That's 20, 20, 20. So you just do 20 single crochets here. You do decrease. You're going to be decreasing 10 times then. That is if your foundation is 60. You're going to be decreasing here 10 times, and you will do the remaining 20 here. So basically, whatever your foundation chain is, divide it by 3. So first part will be the first single crochet set you make. The second part will be the decrease you do in the middle, and the third part you complete this. So I hope that is clear enough. So I'll go ahead and complete my 8 single crochet decrease. So after working my 8 decrease, this is what I have. You can see that the middle part is folded up already. So I will now go ahead and work 1 single crochet into the remaining 18 stitches. So whatever you have, make sure whatever you do here is the same thing as what you have here. So I'll go ahead and complete 18 single crochets. So after completing my single crochet from around 12, I'll just go ahead. We are going to work 1 single crochet into each and every of our stitches till we come to the end. So we are not doing anything special in this row or in this round. Just go ahead and work 1 single crochet into each and every of our stitches, and when I come to the end, I'll come back and show you the next thing to do. So for round 13, I chained 1 and turn already. So for round 13, I'll go ahead and work 14 single crochets. We are going to be making some decrease again here in the middle. So I'll go ahead and work 14 single crochets in total. So go ahead and work yours. So after working my 14 single crochets, remember we had 8 decrease here. So we are going to be repeating the same. So whatever the number of decrease you had here previously is the same thing you'll be repeating here at the top. So I'll go ahead and make my single crochet decrease 8 times because I decreased 8 times in the previous round. So I'll go ahead and work my 8 single crochet decrease, and after that I'll go ahead and complete 1 single crochet into the remaining 14 stitches. So go ahead and complete your round. So for the next round, I'll go ahead and chain 1 and turn. So this round we just work 1 half double crochet into each and every of my stitches, 1 half double crochet all the way till I get to the end, and when I'm done, I'll come and show you the next thing to do. So this is what we have, and so far I hope you find this video useful, and if yes, kindly give it a thumbs up, and if you are not yet a subscriber, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. So moving to the next thing, I'm going to chain 1 and turn, and right into my first stitch right here, I'll work a double crochet. To work a double crochet, I'll yarn over, go right into the first stitch, pull out the loop, yarn over, put through the first 2, then yarn over, put through the remaining 2. That's my first double crochet. So for beginners, I would strongly suggest to use your stitch marker here. So I'll go right into this next stitch. I will mark it because it can be quite confusing. So we'll be working back loop double crochet, and to do that, I'll yarn over just like I want to do my regular double crochet. So instead of working inside the stitch where we marked, we'll walk around our stitch. And to do that, to work back loop, I'll go from the back right there. I entered from the back, then push the stitch backwards, come out on the other side, grab my yarn, pull out a loop. I have 3 loops, yarn over, put through the first 2, yarn over, put through the remaining 2. So the next stitch will work a regular double crochet. So the reason why we mark this is you might actually go ahead and work into the stitch again. So that's why we have it marked. So I'll yarn over. So obviously we know that this is the next stitch we are working into. So I'll go right inside and make my double crochet. I'll make my stitch marker and I'll mark the next stitch because that will be the repetition now. we are working our back post double crochet now. So I'll yarn over, I'll go from the back right here. This is the stitch we're working around. I'll go right there, I'll push the stitch backwards, come out on the other side, grab my yarn, pull out a loop, put through the first two, put through the first two. So I'll go into the next stitch and work a regular double crochet. So that will be the repetition. You work a back post double crochet, then you work your normal double crochet, back post double crochet, normal double crochet. So that will be the repetition. We are going to repeat this until we get to the end, and when I get to the end, I'll come back and show you the next thing we have to do. So after working this back post, I have this stitch and this stitch left, so that means we'll be finishing with 2 normal double crochet. So my last stitch is right here, so I'll work my double crochet. So we are done with the stitch marker. I think we are not needing it again. We'll not be needing it again. So for the next 2 rounds, we'll be repeating the same thing, which is I'll chain 2 and turn. As you can see right here, we have normal double crochet, so I'll go right there. This is our first stitch right here, and this chain 2 already serves as our first double crochet, so we are not working anything here. So we'll go right into the next stitch, which is this. I'll work my regular double crochet and into the next stitch, which is this. As you can see, it was the back post we did, but right now it's facing us in the front, so that means we'll be making a front post. Remember the previous time we were going from the back, but right now we'll be working front post, so we'll be going in the front, and we push our stitch forward and we work our double crochet. And in the next stitch we work a regular double crochet, and in the next stitch we work a front post double crochet, a regular double crochet, and a front post double crochet. So this will be the repetition till I get to the end, and I'm going to be repeating this same pattern. I'll be repeating it one more time. So when I turn my work, we are going to be repeating back post because it will be at the back. I hope you get my explanation. It will be a double crochet, then we work a back post, normal double crochet, then a back post, normal double crochet, a back post. If we are working from the back, we will be working a back post, but we are working in the front, we'll be working a front post. So after finishing this round, I'll go ahead and work one more round, and I'll come and show you how we are going to do the sewing. So the total length of the total height of my booty from I actually finished working the edging. So the total length is about 9 centimeters, as you can see. So if you are doing for 0 to 3 months, it should be around 8 centimeters, and this is for 3 to 6 months, which is about 9 centimeters, and for 6 to 12 months or 6 to 9 months will be around 10 centimeters height. So after finishing this, I chained one, and I'll go ahead and fasten off. Remember to leave a long tail because we'll be using that to sew, and I'll be leaving something very long, pretty long. That will be enough for the sewing. So I have that. I'll go ahead and thread my needle with this tail. So as you can see, this is the back, and here right here is the front. So we are going to be sewing from the back, obviously. So I'll fold this into 2. Remember, we are sewing on the wrong side, so I'll go right into the other side here just to start our sewing. Go right there, and I'll start sewing from here, and I'll pick here. I'll go into the next stitch right here. I'll go again. So that's how we keep going. Go into the next again, like that. So I'll go ahead and repeat this until I am about 1.5 centimeters before this very point. See this point right here? I will stop when I have about 1.5 centimeters before I reach there. So that would be about when I reach, this is 1.5 centimeters. So when I reach this point, I will stop, and I will come and show you how we are going to do this corner. So right now, this is what I have. Right there at the spot, I have about 1.5 centimeters before I get to this corner. So this is what I will do. I'll go back into the last space where I entered. I'll go right inside again and make a knot. So I'll pass my needle through, and I just made a knot. So this is what we are going to be doing. We want this place rounded. We don't want it, we don't want this sharp edge. So to do that, I'll go right from here. Instead of going back and forth like this, we are going to be doing zigzag like that. So I'll go like that. I'll go into this point, and I'll go right here. When I get here, we are going to be working on this side. So we are going to go ahead and do that until we have 1.5 centimeter as well on this other side, which is somewhere around here. So we are the back here. I'll pass my needle back here. So I reach here already, and this is what we are going to do. We are going to pull so that we can have this. Don't put too tight so that you don't break your yarn. So I will hold this in place, and we'll go back into the point where we've just entered and make a knot so as to secure this. So make a knot, so we have that secured. So we'll go back to what we did here, this pattern here. So we're going from here, we're going to come out in the next. Again, go from here, come out in the next, just like we started with. So we are going to continue with that pattern, just like so. Go right inside the next, come out in the back. So we'll go ahead and continue with this until we have about 3 centimeters before we finish off here. This corner also, we want it rounded up. We don't want this sharp edge. So until we have about 3 centimeters, so until I have something around this, I'll work the joining until I get to somewhere around here. And when I get here, I'll come and show you what we are going to do to this opening. So I have the 3 centimeter left. This is the opening I have. So we are going to be repeating the same thing we did here, but this is what we are going to do. Excuse me, we are going to make our knot first. Remember, always make a knot first. Then we'll go from here, which is the next stitch. I'll come out in the next zigzag, just like that. Here, then I'll go into the next. I'll come out in the next. I'll go into the next. I'll come out in the next. So I'll go ahead and do this until I reach this place. I'll come and show you the next thing to do. So I am right here at the other side. So all we have to do is just pull gently so as not to break our yarn. As you can see, we have it gathered, and we'll make a knot. I'm going to use my thumb, my 2 fingers to hold this in place so as to secure that, and I'll go ahead and make a knot somewhere around here, and I'll make 1 more knot to secure that fully, and we are done. So I'll go ahead and hide this still, and hide this, and we are practically done with the booty. The remaining thing is just to dress it up, and that is adding our ribbon. So I'll go ahead and hide the ends. So all I did was turn my booty inside out, and I have the right side here, and I put in my shoe mold. This is what the underneath look like. So you can see where we had the edges, and we have it rounded up. So this is our booty, and for the ribbon, I'll grab my needle. So I will use my needle to pass my ribbon through. You can see the front loop that we have here. So I'll just go ahead and go back and forth just like that. Pull, as you can see. So I'll repeat this. I'll go all the way around and come out here. So when I'm done, I'll come and show you the next thing to do. So after passing through, all we have to do left is to make our bow, and I will just go ahead and pass this on there as our first side. I'll go ahead, pass this around and bring it out here, and I think we have our bow. I love my bow game. Is not that perfect, but at least I have something. This came out really nice. Okay, so right there, I'll go ahead and I think this is quite short. It's not. So I'll just cut this to make sure it's the same length. And to avoid my ribbon from pulling out just like this, I'll use my lighter to fry the end, just like that. And our booty is done. Like, our booty is ready. And our beauty is ready. Look at that. Very simple and very quick to make, and obviously it is beginners friendly. This is what it looks like under, and we have this. So I hope you find this video useful, and if you find it useful, kindly give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet a subscriber, kindly click the subscribe button, because weekly I drop a new tutorials on how to make baby's outfit or booties, anything baby stuff. I drop tutorial on that. So this marks the end of today's tutorial. I will see you in my next video. Bye.